So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get a list of brands from a certain category, a list of Amazon brands in bulk, and then how to bring them into this Google Sheet and how to use a semi-automated Google Sheet I created to help you check the status of these brands for yourself on Amazon, as well as restrictions and all of that. So just stick around and you'll see the whole process in this video. So to get a list of brands from a particular category, you're going to need the Keepa data features, and I have a link in the description of this video if you want to go ahead and sign up for this. It's very, very low cost if you want to try it out. So I'm going to show you the process. You go to the product finder, and we're going to use the products to get the brands. So I'm going to go straight to the second section, and all you're doing is you're picking a category. Right now you can use root category, or you can use a product group over here. So I'm going to actually use the root categories, and I'm going to use let's see, maybe patio, lawn and garden. Right, I could do that. Okay, and that gives me like 9 million products, right? But again, remember, it's brands that we want, not products, so the number of brands will be less than the products. But if I want to narrow this down a little more, what I'm going to do is say from under sales rank number, which is all the way at the top. I'm going to put 1 so that any products with no rank will be left out. That's going to help reduce the results down some more. And also, there could be a brand that is only sold by Amazon, so I don't really need to see those products either. So I'm going to say, hey, you know what? Just show me things that Amazon is out of stock for 90 days, 100% of the time. So 90 days out of stock percentage from 100, and that will just kind of reduce my results down some. And then I'm going to go to find products. Now it's going to find, tons of products, and it's only pulling up 10,000. All right, and that's fine because I don't need, in order to do what I'm doing, I don't actually need all of the products. Okay, so what I did here is I just selected 1,000 here. So I will just see the first 1,000 products. All right, now once these 1,000 products appear, what I will do is simply download that list of 1,000 products. All right, and it just takes a moment for this to happen. And then once we get to Excel, I'm actually going to remove the extra copies, so that way we can create that nice list of brands as I showed you before. And the power of this is that now you're going to have a list of brands that are only brands that are on Amazon, because you're getting these brands straight from Amazon. So you don't have to wonder if these brands are on Amazon, right? Because they came from Amazon. So now to get this list, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and export everything to a CSV. If you scroll down, you see lots of products in here, but you see a lot of the same brands are repeated, right? So I'm going to go here into the CSV and just open that up, right? Okay, and that just takes a moment to open. Now once I get here into the CSV, I need to find the list of brands, and the easiest way to do it is to use Control F on the keyboard, or come over here, find and select. It's the same thing. You can click on find. Same thing as using Control F, and just type brand here, find next, and it'll find the brand column for you right here. And this is just all the brands for each and every product. So I'm going to take all these brands, and what we're going to do is remove the duplicate extra copies of the same brand. So we're going to copy it just like this. And in fact, you don't even have to copy it. In fact, what we'll do, but I don't really want to modify the CSV. So I will copy it because I don't want to change the CSV. So I'm just going to copy this. And what I'm going to do is set up a new sheet down here. So remember, click the column heading to select the whole thing, then copy, and do a new sheet. And in the new sheet, I'm going to paste. Okay, now the next thing is to use data, and also to use remove duplicates. So you go to the data tab over here, and then you come over here and you're going to see a remove duplicates, delete duplicate rows from a sheet. Okay, and you click on that, Okay, and when you click that, you click OK, it will remove the duplicates. So now only 142 things are here, right? Remember there were 1,000 products, but the brands are repeated, so actually there's only 142 brands, right? So now we have a list of 142 brands from Patio Lawn and Garden. This is not all the brands because, as we know, if we go back to Keepa, there's way more brands because we can keep going to page 2 and we can download again and we can get more brands again, right? But right now I just want to work with these brands. Okay, so I'm going to take these. Now first thing I'm going to do is actually right click over here on one and delete that one. I'm just going to delete the word brand. I don't need that word. And what I'm going to do is take all of these brands by clicking on the column A right up here and copy. And I'm going to copy all of these brands, a whole list of brands. Then I'm going to go over to my Amazon brands sheet here, and I'm going to actually paste over here, paste values. Okay, I use paste values just to make sure it doesn't affect my formats. Alright, and you can put the categories well, which is lawn, patio, and garden. Alright, so you know what category you got the brands from, right? And then I'm just gonna double click right here and it should just copy straight down. Okay, just by double click on the lower right hand corner, and that will make everything go down. So now you have this. Now that you might say, well, that seems like a long process, but once you know how to do it, it's actually not a long process. Also, you have to look at the results, right? If you had to do this manually, it would be basically impossible. So you just got a list of 142 brands, which are Amazon brands from Lawn, Patio, and Garden. And if it took you 10 minutes, that's actually not bad, right? Which you can do this in less than 10 minutes. Okay, I'm actually going to copy this further down. This should be copied all the way down. Okay, so when you get a copy of this, it should be all the way down past 1,000, I believe. Okay, so I'll check that to make sure. And now that we're here, you can just kind of, now, I mean, you could go in order from brand to brand to brand. I mean, I think it's a little daunting to go in order. It just, you feel like there's a lot to do. But I think if you just kind of go around and just kind of click on things, it's a little more enjoyable. It's a little easier to withstand, right? So like, if I see any brand here, right? Okay, Sunny Glade. What I do is I have these links here, okay, that you click the link and automatically it searches the brand for you on Amazon. So even though you have all these brands and you have so many brands here to check, I've kind of lessened the work of the physical work that's involved with these links, automated links, okay? So it makes it a little easier because I didn't have to come to the catalog and actually retype the brand name, right? And I can see right away that I don't really have approval to sell this brand. It's telling me apply to sell. Okay, you could apply to sell. Usually, you know, you have to go through some kind of process, right? So right then and there, I would actually make a note here for approval on Amazon. I'm going to say no. And there's really no point in me going any further if I don't even have approval for the brand, right? No point in me going any further right now, okay? So I'll just kind of randomly look at another one, right? So here's Thermo Pro. And again, I click this link here. And here I see it's telling me I can sell it in all these different conditions, used, right? New I can't do, but I can do used, collectible, refurbished. So if you don't mind selling this thing in used condition. But look at some other ones and you can kind of see if you can sell these. But you know, it depends on if this is something you'd be willing to sell or not. So I would say I have approval, but usually for things like this I would put a note of some kind, right? I would say like used or something like that, right? You could just say yes, but I would say used to be more specific, that I can only sell used. Okay, you can do what you want with that column, but you know, you have to make a note so you don't come back and do the same thing 2 times, right? The same brand. We don't want to do it twice. Okay. Then you have this grill art. Okay, I'm going to check it on Amazon. And Here it is. Okay, I have permission. I can sell new or used. All right, is what it's telling me here. Okay, it appears to be the same for all of them. So this is a brand I know I can sell new or used, right? And so now, I mean, the other thing though, the other question becomes, well, can I actually, source any of these products? So, I mean, at that point, you can actually just open products, and just kind of see what happens if you try to source them, right? My IP alert is telling me that the IP claim situation is okay. IP alert, it lets me know that the brand is green, meaning it's not known for IP complaints right now. So I'm okay with that. And one other thing I meant to do, which I didn't do, for grill art. Well, first of all, I have approval, so I need to say yes. But the Google restricted list, I don't think it should be on any restricted list, since the IP alert is telling me that's okay. So all we get here is an ad. This is just an ad, so it's not on any Google restricted list on Google. Alright, so I'm just going to say, is it on a restricted list? Meaning Google restricted list, I'm going to say no. At least not on Google, right? And so I feel pretty good about it. Product results, if you want, you can put something here like the number of products. Like if it finds if you found a lot of products, just a few, okay, you can make notes on that, right? But getting back to this one, alright, one of the products from that brand, I want to see if I can reverse search it. So I'm going to kind of search it here and just see like what suppliers come up. I see Home Depot coming up, right? I mean, that's something that I recognize. I see Lowe's here, so I see a few things. So usually, now, I mean, actually the other thing you can do, now right now I'm not really sourcing, I want you to understand, I'm not really sourcing products per se right now. I'm really trying to figure out if this brand is a brand that I can sell from maybe some other stores like retailers, right? But to do that, yes, I do need to look at the products and see if I can find sources of the products. But I'm not really checking to sell this product right now, right? I just want to see if I can source it. Okay, so another thing you can do is you can Google the brand itself. So I have another link for that. Google brand. And that kind of gives you an idea of some other stores that might have it. You see how Walmart pops up? I would even go to shopping, because if you put the brand name and you get certain stores, that means they probably carry that brand. So Walmart has it, Home Depot. All right, so these are some places. Okay, Williams-Sonoma. I've actually used them before. So I mean, these are different, so possible suppliers for this brand. So if you're trying to get this products from any retailers like this and sell them, man, that there's maybe a possibility you can do that, at least, right? With this brand, I mean. So that the brand is possible. You might be able to find some products at these different places of this brand, right? So I might make a note here that, okay, this brand is, in fact, the supplier that carries the brand. So I found it at these different brands. Now, what I'm actually doing with the Google Sheet now is that I'm putting the supplier names up top, because that way I have like a list of brands underneath the supplier, instead of the supplier being over here for this brand and then maybe for another brand I put the supplier as the third one because I found it third, right? That's not as organized. I prefer this, where I just have the supplier at the top. Okay, that way everything that I say yes to, so if I say yes, it's at Home Depot, all right, they will all be under Home Depot together. Okay, so I'll actually be able to filter them and look at just the ones for Home Depot if I'm just interested in Home Depot right now, right? So on and so forth, right? And I can put other suppliers here, right? So supplier 1, 2, 3, you can replace these with the domains, right? Okay, so if you see other suppliers here that interest you, you can put those down too, right? And then put yes to those. All right, and that's pretty much how it works. I mean, after this, of course, then you can go back, and I have another process I go through where if I have a brand that I think can work where I go back to Keepa and I only pull up that brand by itself, and then I have another process I go through of trying to source it and all of that. But that, to me, that's kind of a separate topic right here. I just wanted to show you how to get the brands, okay, in bulk, Amazon brands for a category, how to get them out, put them in this Google Sheet, and then use it to kind of get an idea of perhaps some suppliers for the brand. Mainly, can you even sell the brand? Is it restricted? You know, these are the things that you need to check for, right? And to kind of have an idea of where you might be able to get that brand. And that's really the purpose of this. All right, and so it's more like the first phase of product research. This is not the final phase for Amazon, the first phase. But for me, the first phase really is brands, because that's the problem that people go through a lot of times with Amazon product research. Is you research a product or just products, but then the brands, you say, oh wow, this is a good one, but then the brand is not approved for you. Okay, you can't sell the brand, so what's the point? Who cares how good the product is if you can't sell it? Or the product has got some kind of restriction or gets a lot of IP claims, which puts your account at risk. Well, then now the product is useless and you just wasted time. So that's why I start my product research with researching the brands first. Okay, so I come here and I look at these brands. I check the brands first. And it might feel, when you do this, you might feel like, well, I'm not getting anywhere because I'm just getting information on brands. But you are getting somewhere, because one brand could possibly open you up to tons of products, right? So here it is. I have approval to sell this brand, right? And so I can put yes. And who knows, this brand could possibly have tons of profitable products. I mean, you just don't know, all right? You'll find out. So I'm going to check the restricted list. And this process is fast when you're not explaining it like I am and you know what you're doing, which you will once you do it. So it's a lot faster than it seems in the video, right? Because when you do it for real, you're not going to be talking about it like I am, right? You're just going to be doing it, right? So it's going to go by faster, okay? And right away, MarthaStewart.com, Walmart, you have the suppliers coming up already for this brand, right? It gives you an idea, okay, of where you might be able to get the brand. Okay, and sometimes you find suppliers that you never knew about, sometimes that happens through this process of research as well. So there's all those different possible benefits of going through this process. And of course, if you have help, even better. If you have help, you can provide a Google Sheet to them with the list of brands, and they can go through and they could even use this Google Sheet and go through and look for help you fill in this Google Sheet, right? So that's even better. But if you're on your own, you do as much as you can on your own. And again, you just kind of go through. Okay, if you don't have approval, you just don't have approval. All right. Say approval, no. All right. Of course, if you really want to try to get approval and buy the units and get the invoices, you can do that, right, as well. Right. But if not, then you just move on and you just keep looking for some other brands. All right. So that's pretty much the process. Find the Google Sheet and a link in the video. Okay, and go ahead and start using it. And you can just go around the channel and see what else I have. I might have something else. I mean, as of the day of this video, I don't have any continuation on this like today. But if you're watching this in the future, after today's May 29th, 2021. If you're watching it after May 29th, 2021, it's possible I might have something else where I picked up on this and maybe I did some other future developments or something. So look in the description and see, who knows, there could be a link to it there, or maybe there's something else on the channel of interest. So just go ahead and check. And if you have any comments, any questions or suggestions, you just leave them below, or you get to me by email or any other method of contact, which again I provided in the description of the video. So always check the description for links and other information, and I hope to see you around on the channel. This is Mr. Mark Excel for Amazon.